espresso. Strawberries. It's kind of alright. 11:22. Train's in 3 hours. To Terracotta. So one thing I wanted to leave a note on, which is that it's kind of hard if you don't have WeChat. Life in China. Everything's done by WeChat. They wanted me to buy tickets. The government was like, buy tickets on WeChat, bro. This is what I mean. It's a lot warmer in Beijing than Chongli. I might have to take off a layer. Got a ticket. That was dead simple. You can pay a visa too. She spoke English. Right, as the ancient Chinese proverb goes, get me to the fucking pandas. They got some American animals over here. I'm expecting Donald Trump and JD Vance in a cage. I'm actually like really excited like a kid to see pandas. Bro, you have to buy a ticket. There's so much prelude. There's a panda sleeping right there. I'm kind of bamboozled by how small their faces are though. There's a panda there, but my excitement's been kind of quashed by the facilities. Maybe they get let in and out, or maybe that's just wishful thinking from me. Okay, this one, house, pen, cage, is a bit bigger. It's still absolutely tiny for a panda. There's one sort of sleeping up there, I don't know if you can quite see him. I will do my commentary on this experience when I get back to the UK. But I think it can be summed up by good morning from my chaotically messy bedroom in the north of Scotland. So a quick explainer of why I went to Beijing Zoo and what happened. So I had a 2 or 3 hour layover between coming back from snowboarding in the sort of northwest to Beijing to going up to Gubeikou in the northeast to go see the Great Wall. I had about 2 or 3 hours spare and I wanted to go check out Beijing Zoo because it was right beside the train station. I'm usually a bit wary of zoos as a sort of lifelong vegetarian. Not lifelong, I've been vegetarian for 10 years and been vegan for a lot of that. I'm quite wary of zoos, but sometimes they're good institutions and sometimes they're quite important for maintaining especially threatened species. So I thought, it's the capital of China. Surely this zoo is going to be a reputable institution. You'll later find out in that footage that I was completely wrong. What I saw was one of the worst cases of animal habitation by humans I think I have ever seen. It brought me to tears. I left the place within 45 minutes. It was just all round shocking that this place could even be called Beijing Zoo for how badly the animals were abused. I mean, they were in cages smaller than this tiny little bedroom that I'm in, adult grown wolves. That's the ones that brought me to tears, but the pandas weren't in a great place. The polar bear looked like it wanted to shoot itself. And it was just all around sad. Basically, from what I saw later on my trip in Chengdu, there's great cases of animal treatment in China, just not at Beijing Zoo. And I think Beijing Zoo is just a letdown for how great China can be. Holy shit, these are like big wolf-like animals. I don't think this fully captures the size of the cage. I'm not going to say anything, like, I'm in their country, I'll do the rest of the commentary when I get back to the UK, but man, I think I might leave. After seeing those wolf cages, yeah, I'm crying. I feel sick. Like, I was just looking at the wolf and he just looks so fucking depressed. I'm outside Beijing Zoo, and Beijing Zoo I think is the first thing in China to break me. First thing to bring me to tears. I spent about 45 minutes in there. Yeah, 45 minutes before I left. I just couldn't hack it anymore. And so I've got 2 hours time to fill now. I think I'm going to go to Decathlon and buy some sunnies. Oh, I do not want to see the inside of that Decathlon ever again. But alas, I've been to like 3 Decathlons in China and 1 in Taiwan.
He majored in physics at Oxford University.
Tim Berners-Lee, let me find out.
I'm not sure he's alive. I saw internet.
Tim Berners-Lee
He's still alive.
is an English computer scientist. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
I think
Yeah, he's still alive.
I think he's still alive.
He's 70.
He didn't patent, but actually I was told by many people it's very difficult to patent internet. Oh, I was told by a professor MIT. MIT is impossible
To what?
patent the internet.
To patent.
I was told also by a British who is also from India. He told me it's very difficult to patent the softwares.
Yes, very difficult. Very difficult.
To
Anyway,
patent. Okay, take care. Be
Take
careful.
care. So that was she actually put a cheer on my day. That was well, what you'd call a neighbourhood crackpot. But she was lovely. She came up to me and started speaking English and was asking me all sorts of questions about the UK and about Keir Starmer. So that really made me smile. And just to lighten my mood a bit more on the depressing walk back to the station, look what I found. It's a bloody subway. About an hour and a half train ride. Hour and a bit, sorry. And then I get picked up by my host. She said she would come pick me up. Travel tip for any lost homies. The suburban railway and the railway are actually 2 different things. Both called Beijing Bai Station. But basically you come down to the bottom area where you would take the metro, where all the signs for the subway are, instead of the top area which is above us. And they say the entrance beside the KFC. That's the KFC. Over there is about where they kick you out if you accidentally go up to the top station. That's out onto the street. Suburban leaves from here. So we're pulling up to Gubakal. I'm definitely saying that wrong soon. It's been a long train ride. I've been quite sleepy. It's quite cool. From about 2/3 of the way in, we've just been following the Great Wall the entire time. And it's like on these, I don't really have a good shot right now, but we're following these mountains. The Great Wall isn't always a continuous wall. Sometimes if there's really like high mountains, there's just forts on top of the mountains. It kind of follows the natural geographies of the mountains. So Jack has picked me up.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Hey, hello.
And he's showing me where the Great Wall is, and we're surrounded by it.
Yeah.
Well, you can't see it up there, but... Okay, this needs recorded. So I had an argument with Jack because he wanted me to get in the back, and he's my host, rather than get in the front. He's like, 1 minute, bro, you'll understand. And then he started speaking to the car in Chinese, and then the seat starts massaging me. That's very cool, Jack. That's a cool party trick. So we've arrived in the guest house. Looks absolutely fantastic. It's nice and warm. It's really pretty. Sunset over Gubakal. Gubakal. So drying my clothes overnight in the room worked. All my hiking clothes are clean and dry, and I'm ready for a big hike today. I think it is around 17 kilometers along the big wall. Back to here. Plan of action is in 2 minutes time I'm going to get a big breakfast, and then I think Julie's going to take me to the shop on the way to the Great Wall. Just going to load up on Snickers bars and bottles of water. 16 kilometers took me, like, from taking pictures and having a good time, it took me about 5 hours. Looks awesome. Just lots of veggies, 2 eggs, some toast. We are on our way to the Great Wall. Picked up some Snickers, picked up some chippies, and 2 eggs, which Jack said I would be too scared to eat. He said Westerners are too afraid to eat them. So I will be trying the eggs on the Great Wall for that cultural experience. Good luck to me. Yeah, it's got 3 Snickers, a fruit of some kind, 2 eggs, and some cashews. So we just went and bought tickets to the Great Wall. Jack's telling me, don't buy the shuttle bus, it's a rip-off. I'm going to drive you up to the Great Wall. So, I'm on the approach to the Great Wall. It's kind of just like a big walk up like this. I'm being followed by this auntie and these other two who really want to sell me souvenirs. And I told them no like a bunch of times. But I don't know, they're just going to follow me all the way around. I got a long hike today, guys. It's 18 kilometers. I don't want booyah.
不要，
Booyah.
拜稳，
Booyah.
拜稳
Booyah.
OK。
Booyah.
Leader 嘛，leader， cheap， good price。
I feel really bad, but
3K 我还是你。
I really don't want any souvenirs. We have arrived at the Great Wall. Wow. As anyone knows who's visited China, one of the downsides of China, you go anywhere and they're always on the tannoy. Just goes and goes. I've got it all to myself. There's literally no one here. Let's go. Such a commanding presence, like. Look at that. And I'm the only one here. Battling will be full of people, but Gubikao, Great Wall, no one here. These chippies were not the ones I wanted. Gonna have one of the 3 Snickers bars and then get going. It's kind of lonely up here. And just like any good tourist attraction, you're in the middle of nature, one of the, was it 7 great wonders of the ancient world? There's no one here, but there is a shop. Self-service. So quick check-in. I gotta go all the way over there. I had a quick map check, thinking I'd be a third, or halfway. Don't even think I'm a quarter, and I've been hiking for 2 hours. No visitors. So this is the military zone, no admittance. From here onwards, you can see the barbed wire fence, concrete block, military training area. I don't know why they use the Great Wall for military training, but they do. Now, we have to get past somehow. We have to come down off the Great Wall. And the path is down there, you can see it. And it goes off the track, follows the Great Wall, and eventually rejoins it. That's the Tower Ridge Sat 6-window one. That's where we are now. And we just come down, you go outside then back around. And then we're going to go along the fitness trail to the west gate. Good for hiking. Then we rejoin the wall. Trash cans. Trash cans are a reassuring sign you're not accidentally wandering into a forbidden military area. Bit lost en route. Barbed wire up there. It's alright, I think I'm okay. Naturally, you want to follow the path that goes beside the wall. There's also stickers here though. That's because they bring you over here. If you have an app and you have GPS, you can find out that everything here is in a prohibited military zone, and there's a trail here, which is the one you're meant to walk on. So I've stopped for lunch. Time to try. First things I'm going to try is those crazy eggs. He said Westerners do not like these eggs. It's really salty. And it's just not something to be eaten when you feel nauseous. Oh, it's so salty. It's like fucked up levels of salt. Pardon my language. Oh, it keeps hitting. Okay, not when nauseous. Save the other one for later. One bite's enough. I thought he was joking. He was like, Westerners can't handle it. I wasn't joking. It's kind of hard to believe. I'm in a country with over 1 billion people. I'm on this beautiful hiking trail. There's no one around. I'm completely alone. It doesn't feel that cold. It only feels a couple of degrees, but I guess this is in the shade and it gets very cold at night, like maybe -10. It's getting a bit complicated here because the path is crisscrossing this frozen river, making things a bit difficult. Oh. Bro, really? Really, bro? Can't believe a girl ran this. It'd be so fucked if I had to run this. Can it take my weight? Oh god, I hate this. Oh! This is not going to plan. I'm going to straddle it, so if I fall in I only get a little bit wet. There is way markers this way though. I trust way markers. Very silly. Thanks, bros. Let's go hiking. Trail's over there. I'm here. Questionable frozen river to cross. I've rejoined the Great Wall. This is the Gubaigao section. Got some nice sunburn on my face. It's just stunning though, isn't it? It's stunning nature, left, right. The Great Wall just meanders away into the mountains. I think that dip is where Gubaigao is. I wanted to grab a quick vlog just to show that a lot of the wall is actually like sort of crumbling. It's a very, very big wall. And so in between the restored sections, it kind of looks like this. Obviously it would be too much of a task to maintain the whole thing, and I don't think there would be much value in it in terms of tourism, maintaining the whole wall. So a lot of sections kind of look like this. So we're about to join another tourist section here, the Gubaigao section, and head down into Gubaigao town, which is where I'm staying. So we're maybe 2/3 or 70% through today's hike, in a couple of hours maybe. Gubaigao is down there. Great Wall goes up and over. Oh no. Just like that, we're off the Great Wall. There's the wall. This little section's crumbling a little bit, but that's me officially off. Down this little path to a car park, and then we're on asphalt. So I've just gotten off there was quite a crazy off-grid section up here, a lot of bushwhacking to get down. Over there, Gubaigao, we're nearly on asphalt, but I think the PLA have been here, the People's Liberation Army, because they have littered their rations everywhere. None of my business. Maybe not littered, maybe they're allowed to do that. But I think this must be army. They look like army rations. And I think what they've done is they've buried them in a big pile here. Who knows? Right, so we're done. Just gotta walk through town now. Okay, let's go find home. You know, this is an old, abandoned army base, which my hiking trails told me to go through, so I hope I'm not doing anything wrong. I think it's abandoned. I wish I was recording still, because I just got aggressed by a really big dog. There's an old Don just sitting here. I don't know what he's doing here. This is definitely an old army base. There's still cameras everywhere, so yeah, I'm not going to record much. I don't want to get into trouble. But kind of crazy. But the route on commute that my guest home hosts gave to me took me through a military base. And there's a sign outside saying military base, don't enter. They weren't training right now, but I still think it might have been in use. So yeah. Look at the guest house now. And Zooey assures me it's fine. She says, soldiers, new building. Soldiers not in this building anymore. She said, no worries. And I say, I'm very worried. And she says, no worries. So no worries. Good morning from the Gubekao guest house. I once again find myself outside Vegetable Feast Buffet, hungry and tired in Beijing. These guys are my savior. 218 dishes for only 78 won. Arrived at the Peking International Youth Hostel. I think this is the main one in Beijing. The other hostel I went to was so rubbish, but this looks very promising.
Is it already recording?
Yeah, it's
like
recording.
this. Hello.
Alright, we met some people at the hostel. We're going to go to the British pub, and I'm going to have some fries for dinner and a couple of pints.
No way. I feel like it's fair. Wait, so you don't know, man. These are straight darts. You go fast. No way.
I find myself in a British themed pub with 5 people from the hostel. We're getting on the beers. We started throwing darts, British style, and they stopped us straight away. Find ourselves in Wiggly's 2, having just sunk a round of tequilas. You three. You three. Again, you three. Yeah, you three.
Send them back.
All 3 on it. You gotta get
Josh, where are we going?
Jiggly's 3 over there. Jiggly's 1, 2, and 3.
So we are in. What's the name of the place we're in? Wiggly's? Jiggly Wiggly's 3. And we're playing Ring of Fire. We're still playing King's Cup. And it's getting pretty heavy. There's a lot of rules going on right now.
Coke and lime.
Good morning from freezing cold Beijing. I am slightly hungover. Had a good night drinking in Wiggly's 1, Wiggly's 2, and Wiggly's 3. There you go.
Unbelievable night, unexpected night, wiggly night.
I am in the Hutong looking for a vegetarian breakfast. I got maybe like 30 minutes, 45 minutes before I need to leave. I was shouting at me before I need to leave. Go get my train to Xi'an. So, just looking for a bit of brekkie. I'm glad I split that night out a bit early. Just it's getting a bit messy. Obviously not that. Shoot. Oh yeah. I find myself in yet another crazy high-speed railway station. This is Beijing West. Hundreds of people, probably thousands of people here, all ready to get the high-speed trains, and I am finally leaving Beijing. Very excited to escape its orbit, and I'll be going to Xi'an on a bullet train this afternoon.
And just well, I thought Beijing I was done with to give me a final kick in the teeth, which is my lunch, because I don't have the time or energy to figure out what the hot options are vegetarian. Some Doritos, some apricots, some cashews, some M&Ms. Cost me £7.50. I'm sat beside the toilets vlogging because there's nowhere else to sit in this entire waiting hall. It's another beautiful day to get on another beautiful Chinese bullet train. I want to make a very quick vlog. Basically, I'm on the train and I've been traveling through the north of China to Xi'an, and it's been so hazy for maybe 100 kilometers, 150 kilometers. It took me a while to realize that it's literally the smog. It's industrial smog. I thought it was some sort of weather system, but it's just like, actually it's industrial smog from coal power plants. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. We're heading to the metro, which is somewhere over here, I think. We got a wee metro ride. Okay, Xi'an's metro doesn't accept cards, but it's okay. There's a customer service counter where you can use DeepL Translate. It's like an equivalent of Google Translate to buy one of these, and hopefully it'll work. Easy! So I've been here for 5 minutes and already you can tell the vibe's completely different. So the smog is awful, which I really don't rate, but you can just tell from the way people are dressed that like this is way looser than Beijing. Like there's a lot more like expression in people's clothing, and there's a lot more young people just like, yeah, expressing themselves in the way they dress and the way they walk. This is for all my homies struggling in China. AMAP just totally sucks, doesn't it? It's just rubbish. We're going on a little adventure to get some food because I am absolutely starving. I haven't really had a proper meal today, apart from the tofu and the eggs and the snacks. But I just wanted to get a quick pick in of this. Look how cool this is. I think there's the noodle restaurant here. I'm gonna walk in, deploy the phrase book, try to get some vegetarian noodles. Ni hao. Got this one for you. Nah. Alright, I'm here. A big bowl of vegetables and tofu came out, and big noodles. My guy told me to mix it. Do you want to say hello? He's like, you gotta mix it, you gotta mix it. It looks freaking good though, it smells spicy. Massive bowl. Luke's paying. I'm just going to destroy this and call you guys later, to be honest. This is great. They have these like big bowls of garlic, and I don't really see the point in them because there's no way to crush them in. I'm just seeing people biting them and just chucking them in the food. It's quite fascinating scene to observe, to be honest. It's kind of cool. It's a weirdly bit dystopian though, that it's kind of all for the gram. But you know, I let people live. It's cool. But it's a sort of a professional industry here. It's just absolutely mad. Mad in a good way, but I've made some friends at the bar in Xi'an, and I am teaching them English, and they're teaching me Chinese. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Nani? Want me?
What's your name?
My name is Dato. My name is Lena.
My name is Stanislavski Jennifer Jack Brown.
Whatever he said. Live music continues. The English lessons continue.
1 sec. First of all, you have to be thinner, like.
Good morning from gorgeous, smoggy Xi'an. We have the beautiful Arc de Triomphe of Xi'an, of China, behind us. A bit of a weird morning. I had the breakfast and then I got my documents printed for the Chengdu fingerprint collection, so that'll make my life a little bit easier. And then while I was doing that, it was quite unfortunate. This French guy basically reported a sexual assault to the front counter, and they took it kind of seriously, but they were kind of shocked, so laughing a bit. And I tried to, like, after I went up to the guy, I was like, hey, you're alright, do you want to talk about it? And there were some interesting masculinity things going on. He was like almost offended that I asked him if he was okay. Basically told me to piss off. That kind of sucked. And also a little bit scary knowing there's literally a dude going around groping people in the hostel. Yeah, I don't really know what to think or feel about that, but I guess these things happen when you travel. And I just have to move on. So the plan is to go see the Terracotta Warriors, and apparently I just need to go over there and I will get a ticket to the Terracotta Warriors. I went down to the bus, and they said come to the ticket office. Bro, ain't no one here. Alright, I went and chatted to bros again and they're like, nah, just go around. There'll be people there. It turns out I'm an idiot. It means I've gone back and got my Kindle, and since it's an hour drive and an hour back, it's going to be worth it to have something to read. I'm reading War and Peace by Tolstoy, and it's basically got no end, so yeah. Buildings that are like half a kilometre away you can't really see because of the smog. So I'm on the Chinese tour. 手机微信打开，右上角的加号点一下，发起群聊点一下，面对面建群点一下。到这一步了没有？到了，大家带好所有的行李物品，我们下车了。I've got absolutely no idea whether I've got a ticket or not. So we got off the bus, and the whole group is walking with these people. So I'm just going to follow them and see what happens. We're on a nice long walk. They're walking us to the ticket office, so assuming we have to buy a ticket. This site is massive. Bro, I have no idea what she's saying. So the Chinese tour guide evicted me from her group. She's like, bro, fuck off. She didn't quite say that. She's very polite. She said, go over here, find an English-speaking tour guide, buy tickets, bro. You can find us upstairs to get a bus home. Something like that. So yeah, let's go find tickets. That's a
guide. I will give you free tour.
No, thank you so much for your offer, but good luck. I'm from Scotland, but I don't need a guide, but thank you. So when you arrive, this is the front door. It's easy to get very lost because you get dropped off in a random place. Toilets here, which I'm going to go to first. Then I'm going to go buy a ticket. You get a lot of people come up to you which are soliciting services, like they want to, there's hundreds of them, they want to be guides, they speak English. But I don't really need a guide, and I know it's going to be quite expensive. I'll just read the information later and I'll go look at the stuff. So make your way to this spot basically. So like they always try to push you onto trip.com. But I'm just going to walk to the front door and ask for a ticket. When you get closer to the centre, like there is actually helpful people that will help you. You can buy a ticket manually. You always can in life, because old people don't know how to do trip.com, bro. Cool. Let's buy some tickets. It's 120 yen, so like 12, 13 pounds. Tour guide's probably like 5 times that. And now we just walk here, and walk in, bro. I found everywhere in China that they say, hello.
I mean, do you need English speaking guide?
No, I don't need a guide, but thank you for your help. What I was trying to say is that everywhere in China, where they're like QR code mandatory, you can buy tickets. It was like Beijing Zoo is an example. I'm trying to think of other examples, but everywhere I've been, Temple of Heaven, like, QR code, but like you can just walk up. And it's the same with cash. Like they say they don't take cash, you can use cash. China has all these provisions for like older people, like older Chinese people who obviously don't want to mess around with phones. So thank goodness for older people. I thought I'd never say that, but because I want to keep this ticket and I don't want to mess around with trip.com. They've all got to scan their ID cards to get in anywhere in China. It's kind of crazy. They know where you are at all times, and we have to scan our passports. Now, it's tough. Like my friend was explaining at the bar yesterday, he's like, there's a billion people and not that many resources. He was like, there's a good amount of resources, but there's a billion people, so everything is cutthroat from a young age. Another like interesting cultural observation. Hello. Is that Chinese people walk really slowly. So you kind of feel like a dick, but like you just have to like overtake them. Hello. They're all very friendly though. Hello.
Can you speak Chinese?
Bro, I got some words. I got like a phrase book. Where am I from? Sugaland, Ingoa. Ingoa. Doi. Alright, after you pass the second ticket, go into this big square. What I've learned is that like not only did our boy, the first emperor of the Qin dynasty, build an entire army to defend himself in the afterlife, he built an entire city. He's buried in like an entire city which is meant to represent the imperial like city as it was. So it's got like everything. It's got like catering halls, prayer halls, all the government institutions are represented by different buildings, and then obviously an army to defend the city. Bro, they even brought terracotta birds down with them. Okay, eighth wonder of the ancient world, let's go. It's in this big warehouse, and I am buzzing. Although I don't look like it. That's tiredness, but look. Bro, let's go. It's actually hard to get a view because there's so many people crowded around. Bro, we're gonna have to walk all the way around to just get a view. There's so many people here. Hello. Good, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Visitors, violators must be punished. This is probably the best view I'm gonna get. There's so many people here. I think you get a view from the back, the front view. Hello. Callum, what's your name?
They are my students. I'm sorry to bother you.
No, it doesn't bother me. It's okay.
It's your first time to be here.
Yeah.
I hope you have a great time.
Thank you. I just want to see the Terracotta Warriors, bro. Bro, everyone just says hello to you. So like, Foreigner, like orange, bro, like orange. There's so many people, it's insane. But some of the Terracotta Warriors are falling apart, so they've got like a restoration area where they're putting them back together, which is kind of cool. This building is absolutely massive. I made it to the front. Terracotta Warriors, very, very cool. I'm happy. That looks pretty cool. I'll see what else this has got, and then I'll probably head back to Xi'an. Alright, I'm at the Warriors Cafe. I'm just going to ask vegetarian food using my phrase book. Ni hao. It's not a crazy large portion, but it was only 10 yen. It's going to be my lunch, I guess. We out here surviving. I think they actually could have done me a veggie like porridge thing, but I didn't really want to. Okay, so that's us done with the Terracotta Warriors. They were very cool. Now, the entrance ticket includes a visit somewhere else, like an imperial palace. I don't know how to get to it, and the tourist information didn't speak English. So I think I'm just gonna follow the crowd and see what happens. But it is quite far. I know it's like a couple of kilometers. So, because this is like one big underground complex, and I don't think it's all been excavated. So we're kind of just wandering now. They have this really cool like stamping culture. So you get at big sites, they'll have stamps, and you can press your notebooks or your postcards. They're pretty cool. Once you get kicked out of the Terracotta Warriors, you come to this big catering store. But I don't think a lot of it's vegetarian, so and it'll probably be overpriced, so I'm gonna hold my stomach. So that was my experience at the Terracotta Warriors. Had a good time, saw some really cool sculptures. It's pretty cool. Not a lot of vegetarian food options. There probably is if I looked hard enough and spoke Chinese, but I didn't look hard enough and I don't speak Chinese. So now I've got the hard task of finding a bus to take me home. Saw a few white going, but not a lot of young ones. I think there's only one young white person here, and so I got a lot of stares. So yeah, now we're heading back to Xi'an. Might spend another day here, or I might go tomorrow. I've only got tonight's hostel booked. I'm trying to figure out how to leave. Inside the front, and I'm trying to work out whether there's a public bus or not. There's a bus pulling up, but like, is this a private bus? It looks like very much like a public bus. So I went back to the same bus that took me here. We're here, so I can finally buy some sunnies. Despite being made in China, the sunnies are cheaper in the UK. £5 in the UK, £8 here. Fact check, they're actually made in Taiwan, which makes it even more inexplicable. When I was in Taiwan, they were the most expensive of the three, of China, Taiwan, and the UK. The sunnies that are made in Taiwan were the most expensive in Taiwan. Some good old Decathlon sunnies. Loads of people playing outside the People's Government of Shanxi. I don't think many tourists walk as far as Jinfeng Alley, but it's very pretty. Okay, there's signs here saying toilet this way, but that man on the left of the frame is pissing in the bush, so that is completely not reassuring. I'm going to find a toilet. I don't quite understand this one, but I'm pretty sure it's saying Xi'an, center of everything, bro. It all happened here. I'm just going to swing by my hostel. I'm way too hot as well, so I'm going to take off a look. It's very beautiful, Xi'an, just the pollution is insane. I once again find myself in the same noodles. This is very amusing. I've made a friend, and we're communicating via WeChat because we don't speak each other's language, and he's helping me get my food. Alright, I once again have a mountain of food to eat. I know I have to mix it, but we'll get there. I've made two friends. This guy's preparing a mountain of garlic. I don't know what he plans on doing it, just eating it directly. Everyone finds it very amusing when they read newbie and what's all, because I think they're very dirty words. So the aim of the game here is the aim of the game here is you just bite into the raw garlic and then eat your noodles. When in Rome, that's so pungent. Oh, wow. That's so intense. Oh. You got like chili oil, you just like fire on top. The garlic kind of numbs your mouth and then you're like hit with all this chili. I thought it was a bit weird at first, but that was both. You bite into the garlic and immediately get in on the chili noodles. Look how spicy these things look. So you bite garlic. Oh wow. Oh, so my new Chinese friends have left me. I've pretty much done my bowl of noodles. They were incredible. Very messy affair, but very good. And, yeah, bro. Some more chili to finish it off. I think I'll pass on the garlic at the end of the bowl. I find myself at the hostel bar. Desti Youth Park Hostel. Having good chats with the bartender. Seems like life in China is very tough and it's hard to get a job and jobs don't pay well. But yeah, just planning my travels. I think I will go to Chengdu tomorrow. Current plan is Chengdu, Lijiang, Chongqing, Zhengezhi, Hong Kong, Hainan, and then Nanning. Overnight train to Hanoi. It's a very, very ambitious plan, so I don't know if we'll be able to get to do it all. Alright, no vlog, so I was in a massive rush to get here on time. And I've got here just on time to grab my train to Chengdu. So left Xi'an in a bit of a rush. I'm wearing a kilt, so I'm getting a lot of looks. I don't know if people love or hate the kilt.